Hey guys, and welcome to part 11 of the Resident Evil 5 playthrough. We are now on to chapter 4-2 in the worship area. This is where this time possibly introduced sunlight.
Sunlight?
Yep, the sunlight here is the key. That sun up there, that is high powered energy which causes you to burn. You do not want to get hit by that. And here's 3 crests we need to find. So we need to spread out this whole big area and find the 3 plates. This cutscene is going to give you a little demonstration as to why the sunlight here is a big no-no. And we actually prove what happens right here. Watch this guy.
You know what it sort of reminds me of? Reminds me of that scene from Toy Story where like Sid's got the magnifying glass and like burning Woody's forehead.
Ah! You alright, Sheriff?
Because that's essentially what it is. They're just like magnifying like the sun's rays to like make
Aye, exactly. But only it's a much bigger scale. Well, he had no chance. And he gets right back up.
Oof, broke his neck.
Aye, that's one of Chris's high-powered melee moves where it pretty much insta-kills, and it also prevents the Cephalo from popping out the head. So if you remember back in chapter 1 where we fight the Blondie, if you fought him normally, a Cephalo would pop up, and that would be your first introduction to it. But as we proved that, you know, I broke her neck and then it didn't trigger the transformation. I guess the thing about the Cephalos is that they only transform if the head is off but the neck is still intact. I'm guessing that's how it works. Well, like I said before, the Plasplagus parasite itself, it latches onto your spinal cord and controls your every movement. Oh, it's the big guy. These guys must be 10 feet tall. And again, you can cheese them by shoot them with a shotgun and then go for 2 high-powered melees until they eventually die. Save bullets. A little bit of clipping there, but it's good.
Another wee twirl.
I think they introduced that animation in Resident Evil 4 actually. It's like, see when you go into Resident Evil 4 then you go into Resident Evil 5, you'll be able to see how animations and enemy types, they just copied and paste. But they've updated them with like graphics and all that. Like if you were to ask me which is better if it was just between Resident Evil 4 and 5, I would say Resident Evil 4 is better, even though Resident Evil 5 looks better than 4. But looks aren't everything.
Yeah. Isn't Resident Evil 4 like still considered like one of the best games in the series?
Yes, it is. One of the best you can, even if you're not, I would say it's a good starting point, as it was for me. As I explained my history with Resident Evil, I started with that game.
Would you still say that the Wii version's like still one of the best versions to play?
Yeah, mainly because the way they use the motion controls in a very unique way, compared to where using the analog stick is, compared to this, it's very stiff. It's much easier with the nunchuck and Wiimote. Right, this bit here you need to be careful because there's going to be 2 of those lasers going opposite directions. But here's the thing, those towers are controlled, they have 2 mooks up there. If you manage to get them with a sniper rifle, you can, the sunlights will stop activating because they've got their hands on the switch. Off you go, Stevie, my man. And this is where he has to defend himself. Well, knowing Steven, he'll have no problem whatsoever. I say that as a follow pops up behind him. Here's a shocker. Here's a little bit of a shocker for you. In the Lost in Nightmares chapter that I did with Abby, we saw. Well, you weren't there, but I don't know if you watched the playback, but Jill essentially committed suicide by jumping out the window to save Chris's life because Wesker was about to kill him. But as we saw, Wesker's still alive. But get this, Chris doesn't know yet.
Did they survive by eating cat food?
probably found some as the last minute and they regenerate his body. Then again, instead of if it was Wesker's, that's going to be very hard to say without a straight face.
Whiskers.
But instead of like in the food, instead of like chicken and all, it'll be like blonde hair and then T-virus in there.
Yeah.
That's another thing about this, the viruses in any of the Resident Evils. They're always named after a letter. Like the first game in Resident Evil, in the first game it was introduced up until Code Veronica, it was the T-virus. That's what made everyone turn into zombies. Then they introduced the G-virus, and then in RE6 it's the C-virus. And then it's like every time they announce a new Resident Evil game, I'm like, what the hell? What? Okay, what letters are going to be this time for the big virus? And I've decided, and in this bit I bought myself a new handgun. The handgun I've been using was the Beretta 92F. It's nice for a standard pistol as you started, but this one I got, it's the SIG P226. My personal favorite pistol in the game. Where it only has 16 bullets at max compatibility, but the damage is very high. Like for example, if I took this handgun and I went back to chapter 1 in the village, almost all the mooks will go down in either 1 or 2 shots.
Oh, okay.
But as you know, as you go further in the game, the enemies get tougher. But get this, the Beretta Star pistol you get off with, if you max that ammo compatibility, it can go from 10 bullets to 100 bullets per magazine. Oh shit, I'm losing health here.
Better find some health. Oh, get the hairspray out.
But if you're wondering what the herbs are, what they're meant to do is, like, the herbs act like a patch, you know, you put it over the wound and it heals it. But either here it's either spray or smoke. Smoke a joint or spray a can on you, and that's it, you're fine.
Yeah, I see you.
I see you. Oh, this guy with the blowtorches. I'm going to swing like mad, and you're going to get hit. And as you can see, we've got all 3 crates, so now let's put them on the door and get out of here. Remember what you said last part, if this was ported on Nintendo Switch, they would probably have a Mario costume. Didn't they do that for, like, Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U?
Yeah, they did.
Like, they gave her, Bayonetta, I believe, a Samus outfit, a Fox McCloud outfit, and what else was there?
There was a Peach one, and like the arms and legs of like the demons that she summons. It was in like the shape of Bowser's like arms.
Huh. Okay, that must have been a mindfuck. But then again, it's, you know, for a character like Samus, it may be sensible because again, she's a human character. But then you look at characters like Princess Peach, where they're like cartoony.
Yeah.
It's like, how the hell does that fit in?
I think she had a Link outfit as well, I'm sure.
That makes a little bit of sense to consider that the style. Well, it depends on the style with Zelda. Like you've got the cat eyes with Wind Waker, and then you've got the anime style with Twilight Princess and all that.
And you know they put her in the fox outfit to please the furries.
Right, here's our first trap. What you have to do with the sunlight, you need to direct it into a specific globe, and which activates a door. There's going to be 3 of these. Once you activate the door, you can switch the laser direction with these. But if your partner's caught with the laser, your partner will die. So your partner needs to be on the top platform where the laser will not be able to hit him. And what to do is you adjust these to make sure the light bounces off in the corresponding direction to hit that switch. There's, like I said, there's 3 puzzles, so I'm going to do the first 2 and let Steven have a go at the 3rd one.
Okay.
And you'll know I've played this too many times because again, I know these puzzles by heart.
How many times would you say you've played through this game?
Countless.
Countless.
I've lost count. Mainly because of it's a mixture of upgrading weapons, but also helping out players who are stuck as well. Like say, oh, I'm stuck in this particular chapter, I need some assistance. There you go. Here I am. What do you need? Right, here's a little trick. That stone pillar is blocking the laser. I'm going to save that for last so I can end it in a big show-off way by activating the laser, and then it instantly opens the door. These tombstones here, they could be a tricky to move if you went in the wrong direction by mistake. So that's everything set. I kick this down and it should open the door. Well, the elevator. Easy peasy.
Just need some elevator music.
What if there was a random tannoy, like, second floor, but you're not getting out? Okay, now it's time for, let Steven have a go at this third one. This one is the last one where where there's actually multiple tombs here. One of them is for plot. The other three are for like goodies and like emblems and treasures. Like there's 2 globes. One activates all the other doors so you can get as many treasures and money as you want. The other is for plot, which is down that corridor to the left.
Down the hall to the left. Yeah, can you believe that was Donald Trump that made a cameo in that movie?
Aye, looking back and the shit he's done right now. Of course, bloody spiders.
It's a lot of skulls.
Well, like what do you expect? Ancient tombs. Well, a lot of people probably died here. What if you could? What if you can actually pick up one of the skulls and use it as a projectile? Here's me picking up ammo because Steven can't reach it. Lazy fucker. Oh, watch what Steven's gonna do here. You see all these spiders? He's gonna throw in a flashbang and kill them all with one fell swoop. All dead.
All stars to Luigi.
Here's me picking up what I can use again. I have the shotgun and rifle, so it makes sense that I have the corresponding ammunition. So this is well, here's this bit. I was having to go at this trap myself, but then I thought, I wonder if Steven remembers this trap as much as I do. Let him have a try at it. So there's me telling him to go and do the trap while I stand on the platform and wait. If you're wondering where that transition is, that's because he took way too fucking long. Bloody hell. You know, Steven, for someone who's played this game as much as I have, you really don't know what to do with this puzzle. And watch this, he fucks himself right in the arse right here. Remember I told you those lasers is an instant kill?
Yep.
Watch what he does. He's now trapped. He's stuck in there.
Well done.
Look, he's like, oh fuck. Steven, what are you doing? Stevie. Stevie. See, he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm like, for fuck's sake, come on!
Come on!
Here, I'll fucking sort it then. Because you're a fucking useless piece of shit, Steven. Again, you've played this more than I have. Why the hell did you fuck up this puzzle? You should have known this by heart. Of course, I have to be the one to save the day, because I'm the main character. Maybe he intentionally did that trap on purpose because he didn't get to be Chris.
Be back.
So there's down that hallway, down the hall and to the left.
Thanks.
There we are. Now we can go. 2 hours later. It's like the first 2 traps. Imagine the first 2 traps, like they had some schedule where if it was me, we would have got to the target by then. But because Steven took too long, the target managed to get away. Duh.
It's the Chamber of Secrets. It's fucking Tom Riddle standing there in the middle.
He won't wake.
How can they survive underground?
Ooh, what pretty flowers.
These are no ordinary flowers.
What these flowers are actually is they're producing spores which are used to create more viruses. This is the only way the spores can come out.
Evil flowers.
Yes, evil flowers. By the evil Koopa Wizard.
Weezertimer. Have you seen that Super Mario World cartoon?
No, I only got the reference from another Let's Play.
You need to watch the Super Mario cartoon. There was like three. There was three of them. There was the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Then there was Super Mario Bros. 3, which was based off Super Mario Bros. 3 game, and then there was Super Mario World. Take one guess what game that was based off
Yeah,
of.
it wasn't obvious enough. Now we're on to chapter 5.1, Underground Garden.
Not sure, but obviously there's a connection.
Now what we saw there is the logo of the pharmaceutical company that started it all, Umbrella.
Those fucking bastards.
And as you saw, the Tri-Cell equipment's also logos on the equipment, which means they're working together. But then again, I think what Tri-Cell's doing is that Umbrella collapsed in the game's timeline. It collapsed in 2004, right before Resident Evil 4. Umbrella was finished, but that didn't stop other companies from taking their bioweapons and using them for themselves, like Tri-Cell here. Where Tri-Cell, they've actually backstabbed us because remember, and it was mentioned earlier they funded the BSAA, but now they're doing all this. Backstabbing bastards. Love the reload animations. This is where...
What was that?
We'll find out sooner or later. This is where they try to make Resident Evil 5 scary. Quote unquote try.
You mean this bit right here?
Well, this particular area because of the enemy they introduced in this particular bit. Which is a classic enemy, by the way.
Thanks, partner.
Like, this enemy was introduced in Resident Evil 2. But they're not like exact replicas, they're like prototype versions of this. There's the evil flowers.
They must be processing these flowers to make something.
Again, this is a secret lab.
This is the facility from the picture.
Why would you make the lab so obviously...
Getting somewhere.
You know, for Tri-Cell, they did a poor job of making this a secret lab. It's like, here's us two without any backup and we could just easily walk in here. Oh, a lot of blood here.
What the hell happened?
Something bad happened. Probably an out-of-control BOW. Again, bioorganic weapon, which is what these creatures are referred to as. Steven's staring at the camera for no reason.
Fourth wall breaking, are you? Spider-Man, is that you? Well, by the way, did you hear that, like, you know the new Venom movie? That's been confirmed to take place within the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Awesome. Maybe we might get a glimpse of him in the Spider-Man movie as a cameo. Which is strange, because I thought they were going to make that a Sony only.
See, apparently it's going to be made by Sony, but it takes place within the same sort of
Universe.
Like, universe as the
Meet the Lickers.
the liquors.
These actually, they are blind, but they are fast and they have tons. And they can crawl on the walls. This is like the stage. This is like the stage after the zombie. Once it has a preceding stage, it becomes a zombie, and then afterwards it becomes this, where they lose their eyes and they lose their skins, and they can crawl on walls.
Disgusting.
And their hearts are exposed on the outside. By the way, there's one specific trophy you get for these creatures only. You have to get stunned where it's on its back, wriggling in pain, and you have to go up and stab its heart with a knife. But that's very rare. And again, the problem is the lickers that if they're in packs, they're hard to kill, especially when you're weak with weak weapons like this. Well, what I mean by weak is that again, if you have infinite ammo, that'd be piss easy. Just infinite rocket launcher away.
Thanks, partner.
Thank God there weren't more of them.
Yeah, we wouldn't last in a fight with a whole horde.
Spoke too soon, Sheva. Ah, the co-op doors.
Makes you think, like, people that like create these sort of doors are like, you know what? We need 2 people to open these doors.
Guess their
Oh
senses
fuck,
are
there's a
weak.
lot of them here.
Just to be safe, we should be as
Now
quiet
here's the
as
thing, you need to walk through here quietly because again, they're not the glass is protecting the sound. But then you have to kick down this door.
Logic.
Now they're free.
Just fucking run.
Just get out of there at this point. There's no point finding them. Of course we have to wait on the fucking elevator.
Do what everyone does, rapidly press the button.
Come on, you bastard! Open up!
Does it? Well, I know it's probably just a superstitious thing, but does it actually make the elevator speed up?
No. In all my experience of using elevators, it never speeds it up. Unless if you want to talk about the roller coaster ride in Disneyland. You know that one that it drops you down and all that. Right, let's go. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Here's our next area. I like how the game's forgiving us, like, oh, you survived that, here's some ammunition for you.
What the hell?
These are all test subjects.
Every single one of them.
Every single one of them. All people captured around the world to be experimented on.
This was in the pictures too.
Wait, that means Jill might be here.
Did you set off the alarm?
God damn you, Chris. Oh, fucking hell. I believe I can fly.
So I take it he was a failed test subject.
Yeah. Typical pharmaceutical, evil pharmaceutical companies. Anything that is failure, they just discard it. Like shit. Hollywood hacking are you doing, Chris? Just press random buttons and you instantly get what you want.
Chris, what are you doing? I'm hacking into Sony movies.
I want them to cut. I'm trying to get my contract cut from them. Now, as we descend down, we'll see you in the next part, folks.